With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight we are here with OP Racing Grand National Series for another spectacular Wednesday night of super speedway racing action. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is KR Stolfus, and tonight will be the Levy Designs Dega, baby, at Talladega, presented by Les Levy. And I would like to take a moment and mention Turn 3 Racing Network has picked up its own special sponsor. Big, huge shout out to Sim Wraps Market. Make sure you guys check them out, especially if you're trying to do your own paints. They have a whole bunch of stuff for everyone involved in doing some paint schemes for the sim racing world. So with all that being said, qualifying is happening right now. Out on the track is the number 40 of Peter DeBorgia, last week's race winner, and continuing with his trend of paint schemes that reflect the winners or champions, whatever it is. He is throwing tributes left and right this entire season. And so that is a shout out to the 04 of Mark Mann. And it does have the extra life on it, but that is Peter DeBorgia. He is on the clock for his one and only lap here in qualifying. Sebastian Marin in the Nexus 23, he is out on track as well. We'll see where he qualifies, either in the inside or outside of row number 1. A little bit of tongue-in-cheek there, but Sebastian Marin, a very good qualifier. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 Herp car. Callahan, Florida. Reynolds down on that yellow line. He is on the clock for his time lap. And Alex Green in the 3, the first one to post up a time. Moves into 4th, now 5th place. Tyler Miller in the 24. Currently your pole sitter, and Sebastian Marin takes the top spot with a 55.77. Mark Mann in the 04, as those times are coming in fast and heavy. Andy Brigante in the Lamborghini. That's got to be a Lamborghini. The GTF over. I dig that eyebrow, Andy. I dig the eyebrow. Andy Brigante out on the speedway. He is on the clock, working his way through turns 3 and 4. As the times continue to pour in, Sebastian Marin still holding on to the top spot. Josh Milam in the 7 goes across the line, and he is going to end up in second place. Sean Stevens right now holding on to 5th. Andy Brigante up into 15th spot. Gabe Butler in the 88 making his way onto the front stretch. And he will be on his timed lap right there as the green flag comes out for his qualifying effort. Nathan Warren in the Credit 142 machine. Off of turn number 4, he is heading for the checkered flag for his qualifying time. Just over 6 minutes left in our Levy Designs Dega Baby qualifying session. The 42, Nathan Warren, flashes across the line, and he is good enough for 18th spot right now. Dave Hunt in the 53 on the clock as he works his way through turns 1 and 2, the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University sponsored Silverado. A lot of Silverados out here tonight. Probably because that's the best vehicle known to man, that Chevy Silverado. I have one myself. Thank you very much. Out of North Lake, Texas, Dave Hunt in the 53. Making his way through the tri-oval. 21 trucks have put in a time here in qualifying so far. As Hunt crosses the start-finish line, and Dave Hunt jumps up into 15th spot. JD Crow in the 5 from Fort Worth, Texas. Fort Worth, just about 8-hour drive from where I live, and my wife was born in Fort Worth, so JD Crow, represent. So the 5 coming to take the checkered flag. Drops down below the yellow line and keeps it pegged right down there. Across the start finish, and JD Crow looking for a front row. Well, posted up into 5th. 3rd row inside for the moment. The Mountains of Levy. Number 62 out on the speedway. Tonight's title sponsor. I wouldn't mind getting lost in the Mountains of Levy. He's come through my town quite a few times, but things just never quite worked out where we could get to hang out together. Les Levy in the 62 down on the tri-oval. He's going to be taking the checkered flag in the 62 of Les Levy. Qualifies in 15th spot. Bob Lacavera in the 11, flashing across the start finish line. Lacavera up into 22nd place. 2 trucks out on the track, both of them on the clock. One of them being the 19 of Zach Workman. Workman, who won the opening race, finds himself looking for a good qualifying run here as the 19 drops down below the yellow line through the tri-oval. Start finish line quite a bit further away. Zach Workman inside the top 10 with an 8th place qualifying effort. The 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. He is going to flash across the start finish line. The 33 of Crosby up into 7th place. A good qualifying effort by the 33. So the track has gone quiet. 27 trucks have taken a qualifying time. It looks like about 10 more trucks did not roll out for qualifying. So while we have a moment here, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for stopping by, I want to thank you all for stopping by and saying hello. That's where I was going. Yes. If you're going to enjoy this broadcast, well, stick around. You never know what's going to happen. With that being said, guys, we are going to step away for the national anthem, and then we will be right back with our starting lineup for the Levy Designs Dega Baby right here at Talladega.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The OP Racing Grand National Series is taking to the grid, and that can only mean one thing. It is time to fire off tonight's starting lineup. Let's get right into it. On the inside of, well, give me just one moment. Somebody messed up. I'm not gonna name names, but it starts with a K and ends with an R. Ignore that. That's not supposed to be there. Try this again. On the inside of row number 1, the 23 of Sebastian Marin, and that Nexus Esports Extra Life Chevy Silverado at a time of 55.771 to his outside, the 88 of Gabe Butler. Row number 2 going to be made up of the 7 of Josh Milam and the 6 of Cody Nagels. Row number 3, JD Crow in the 5 and the 04 of Mark Mann. Row 4 will be the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. and the 95 of James Mayer. Row number 5, the 19 of Zach Berkman and the 27 of Sean Stevens. Row number 6 will be the 12 of Zach Fritsch and the 77 of David Booth. Row 7, the 40 of Peter DeBorgia and the Extra Life throwback to Mark Mann paint scheme, and the 24, Tyler Miller. Row number 8, Eric Laurie in the 071, and to his outside, that is Richard Sanchez in the 510. Row number 9, the 62 of Les Levy, and to the outside, the 51 of TJ Elliott. Row number 10, the 53 of Dave Hunt, and the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. Row 11 will be the 47 of Richard Kuhn and the 13 of Andy Brigante. Row 12, the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. and the 11 of Bob Lacavera on the outside. Row number 13, Nathan Warren in the 42 and the 46 of David Overstreet. Row 14, the 3 of Alex Green, and to the outside, that is the 4 of Rick Seabrands. Row 15, the 21 of Daniel Holloway and the 44 of Anthony English. Row 16, Donald Stewart in the 78 and Shane Posey in the 83. Row 17, the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. and the 03 of Ken McCullough. And our final row here tonight, the 84 of Lynn McNeese and the 48 of Andrew Schroeder. Pace car dives down for pit road. Sebastian Marin leads the 35 other trucks to the first green flag here tonight. Let's take a quick look at our race info. This is the 3rd truck race of the season. Next week will be 3 weeks of the B class, 2 races so far this season, 2 different winners, 1 stage at halfway, 1 fast repair, and there's only one more thing to say. The green flag is out, and we are underway here tonight. Sebastian Marin in the 23 has the advantage on the inside through turns 1 and 2. The 88 of Gabe Butler moves up the track a little bit. That's going to give the 6 of Cody Nagels the go-ahead in that second lane as he's got his truck surging forward down that Talladega super stretch. Nagels with a full head of steam to the high side through 3 and 4. The 23 of Marin being committed to the yellow line. These trucks trying to gain as much speed as they can. And the 6 of Nagels has the advantage going through the trial balloon. Cody Nagels looks like he is going to lead the opening lap here in the Levy Designs Dega Baby. Side by side they go down the back stretch. 23 and the 6 are going to be locked in this battle for quite a while until someone can figure out how to edge from the outside lane in front of the 23, and then they will drop down to the inside. That's the standard MO for Talladega, but it doesn't mean that that is exactly going to be what happens each and every time. '46 of David Overstreet on the high side all by himself. King of the Hill paint scheme on the hood. 46 got a little bit of a wild paint job going on with it. Just taking a peek at it during practice, and the gang's all on the tailgate. The David Overstreet falling backwards. Finally gets some help from the 03 of Ken McCullough, and he is able to slot in. Sebastian Marin has moved to the outside. He is trying to reclaim the lead as the 6 of Cody Nagels had made the pass, dropped down to the inside, but the 23 returned the favor. And now Sebastian Marin finds himself back out in front. Now we're getting ready to go 3 wide. Zach Fritch in the 12. Moves up to the high side. The 95 of Jim Mayer pushing on the 04 of Mark Mann. Mark Mann slides down to the inside. We stay 3 wide. Mayer and Fritch almost getting together. The 24 of Tyler Miller trying to stay glued to the back bumper of the 12 of Fritch. Cody Nagel's in the 6. Drops down to the inside. Looks like he is going to bail out of the battle at the front, not enjoying that 3 wide racing action. A little too early for him, but the 12 of Zach Fritch and the 24 of Tyler Miller got no problems letting it hang out on the high side right now. But Mark Mann in the 04 gonna lead that lap. Fastest lap of the race, the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Last time around, he turned a 50.49. Flat out flying around this super speedway. Everyone's still in, I won't say a big trouble on the backstretch. Zach Fritch goes around. Mark Mann involved, Jim Mayer, TJ Elliott, Josh Milam, Alex Green. This is a big kerfuffle down the backstretch. Several trucks involved here on lap 6. And it started with our front runners. Let's back this up and see what happened. John Stevens in the 27 trying to pick his way through. Go on board with the 27. Crashing behind him, in front of him, and the 27 was able to part the Red Sea and get through it. Alex Green in the 3 goes for a big ride. He tumbles up and over. Take another look at this from the 3. He was unable to see around the 03 of Ken McCullough. But on the pit road come our trucks. Here on lap 7 of 70, Ken McCullough. First one off of pit lane, but he did not hit his pit box. Jeff Crosby Jr. winning the race off the pit road with a 2-tire stop. Sebastian Marin, long time on his pit box. Got some damage to the 23. So we'll see if Ken McCullough makes it back on the pit road. Like I said, he did come down pit lane. So too did the 88 of Gabe Butler, but neither one of them hit their pit box. One truck out of this race. That is the 51 of Travis Elliott. He is gone behind the wall. And I believe his scorecard has been pulled. So the 51 of Elliott, an early exit, just 6 laps into this race. The 03 drops down to the inside as if he is going to hit pit road. He does head for pit lane. That does give the lead to the 33 of Jeffrey Crosby. The Skull Bandit 33. Lights go out on our pace car. Gone are the days of the Chevy Silverado being the pace car of choice on our truck races. Mostly because an admin just didn't select it, but I'm going to pretend like it's the end of the world because I can. You know, I'm the one with the microphone. So row 1 for the restart, the 33 of Jeff Crosby, the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Row number 2, the 62 of Les Levy, and the 5 of JD Crow. Our third row for the restart is to make their way onto the backstretch, the 24 of Tyler Miller, and the 27 of Sean Stevens, who carefully picked his way through that crash and now finds himself with a shot at running inside the top 5. As the Skull Bandit 33 stays at a nice safe speed of about 65 miles an hour, waiting for the iRacing nondescript vehicle that matches every type of race car known to man. So it's kind of boring because it's all just blended together with whatever. It's going to head for pit road. A lot of trucks on the inside line. They topped off their fuel tanks. Maybe going to try and stretch this to the end of the stage. Going to be quite a stretch because this stage is going in at lap 35. Here we go. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Crosby in the 33 trying to get that inside lane rolling. It has the most trucks to its credit, but if they are not all hooked up and pushing, it will not have the advantage that they would like. The 21 of Daniel Holloway has his nose out in clean air and ahead of the 33, but has not yet dropped down to the inside, and now the 21 makes the move to the inside. JD Crow in the 5. Now J Concepts paint scheme. Now leading the charge in the outside lane, the 04 Mark Mann. There's multiple laps down right now. There's one lap down right now. It's about to go another lap down, and then it will be multiple. The 04 staying high. He was caught up in that big one, losing. Now 2 laps to the field. Alex Green in the 3, also in that same boat. Alex Green just a little bit further ahead of the pack as we go looking out the rear of the 3 of Green. He's running all by himself, but there is the pack. They will be swallowing him up momentarily. to Holloway in the 21. Your race leader is green in that advanced auto parts. Almost said AutoZone. He moved to the high side to get out of the way. And now the 5, JD Crow dropped down in the inside. John Stevens in the 27 leads the charge in the outside lane as we are coming around to complete lap 12. Stage number 1. And our only stage break coming at the completion of lap 35. We will have one more fuel stop involved in this race before the end of this stage. If you guys are enjoying the show that the drivers are putting on for you, please feel free to let them know by either cheering for them in YouTube chat or hit the thumbs up button. I personally prefer in YouTube chat. Some people want to stay anonymous. I'd like to hit that thumbs up and let the drivers know that they are putting on a heck of a show as they go 3 wide for you here at Talladega. Goes a long way for them to know that they are doing a great job out there to keep you all entertained on a Monday, Wednesday night. Liberty Fires chiming in. How you doing, Liberty? One truck drops down to the inside. That is the 47 of Richard Kuhn. So Kuhn dropped down to the inside, blends in behind the 44 of Anthony English. John Stevens and Daniel Holloway running side by side, battling for the race lead. The 53 of Dave Hunt pushing on the 27 of Stevens, and the 5 of JD Crow pushing on the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Stevens drops down to the inside. That's going to give the 53 that clean air in the outside lane. So the Talladega Shuffle starting to show up here. The 33 of Jeff Crosby restarted this race on the inside pole with Les Levy behind him. Those two have not changed lanes, and you can see how that shuffle has played in for the 5 of J.D. Crow, the 21 of Daniel Holloway, and now the 27 of Sean Stevens. They have all been pushed forward and dropped down in front of the 33. Big trouble, the 53 of Dave Hunt goes for a spin. Shane Posey going to collect him a little bit. Zach Fritsch trying not to get into him. And Dave Hunt grabs a gear and gets rolling. That trouble once again came from the front of the pack. And the yellow flag flies. Multiple trucks getting involved. On board with Richard Kuhn in the 47. Anthony English involved. And this was on the checkup. All of this going on behind Dave Hunt. So this is behind Dave Hunt as everyone tried to check up for the 53. Chaos ensues through turns 3 and 4. Now on to pit road comes the field once again. With that being said, I'm going to take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me here on lap 19 of 70. Our caution flag, our second one of the night, about ready to draw to a close. I want to take a moment and thank Sim Wrap Market for coming on board with the Turn 3 Racing Network. You guys need a paint scheme or do your own paint schemes but have a hard time coming up with some creative designs, check out simwrapmarket.com. I've spent the last few days just perusing that website. It makes me think I could be a painter. But I'm not. I just doubt it. Those guys are good. They got some great ideas. So check out simwrapmarket.com. Tell them KR sent you. We're the Turn 3 Racing Network. So here we go. Pace car, down and away. Ken McCullough, Jeff Crosby Jr. on the front row for the restart. Then it's Tyler Miller and Bob Lacavera for row number 2. Les Levy and the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. will make up row number 3 for this restart. As the green flag is out, we are back underway here in stage number 1. A lot of trucks came in and topped off the fuel tanks. About 16 laps to go in this opening stage. Everyone should be good on fuel from here. Miss Mara chiming in on YouTube chat. How you doing, Miss Mara? As always, a pleasure to see you. Ken McCullough in the 0-3 out in front as he comes off of turn number 4. Down the front stretch and into the tri-oval goes the 0-3. Tyler Miller in the 24, pushing on the back bumper. McCullough up 33 spots from where he qualified to be the race leader. Right now, that does make him the biggest mover of this race. But a lot of racing still to go. Kevin Nagels chiming in. He's voting for the 6 of Cody to get it done. Well, Cody had been out front, led some laps, put in a great qualifying effort. But unfortunately, right now, Cody Nagels in the 6, making his way off of pit road. He's got some work cut out for him. He is pitted with J.D. Crow and Gabe Butler. We'll see how this plays out for those drivers. Here comes a bunch more onto pit road. I guess my fuel calculation number was just a little bit off. Apparently not everyone can make it on fuel. Who knew? I never claimed to do good math, I just claimed to do quick math. So with green flag pit stops happening very early here, 32 trucks on the lead lap, 36 trucks took the green flag. 2 trucks are out of the race right now. That is Travis Elliott in the 51, and unfortunately the 04 of Mark Mann. And here comes the 33 of Crosby Jr. Looks like he is all by himself on this pit stop. That is going to hurt him. So the 33 on the pit road, and the new race leader, the 77 of David Booth. As I was saying, 2 trucks out of the race, Travis Elliott and Mark Mann. 32 trucks on the lead lap. First truck not on the lead lap, that is a 3 of Alex Green. Eric Laurie still on pit road from our second caution flag. He's been sitting there for the last 10 minutes. Things not looking good for the 071 of Eric Laurie. David Booth in the 77 is your race leader. we are in the middle of some green flag pit stops. A green flag pit stop cycle, however you'd like to say it. The 33 of Crosby, who pitted all by himself, he's going to get swallowed up by the 88 of Gabe Butler. The 5 of JD Crow. They make quick work of him. These are drivers who have hit pit road. The 6 of Cody Nagel's right there. Oh, contact! The 03 of Ken McCullough shoots down to the inside lane. He is still chasing that truck, gathers it back in. And we stay green, but Ken McCullough going to lose a lot of time because of that. Good news for him, Jeff Crosby Sr. right there. Those two could hook up. They're going to be faster than if they stay apart. But they are definitely going to be slower than the lead pack. So big shunt by Ken McCullough there. But man, what a great save by the 03. We stay green. Peter DeBorgia leading the 12 of Zach Rich in the outside lane. Well, as our race leaders all get single file, Jimmy Reynolds, Daniel Holloway, and Donald Stewart all hit pit road. So they have hit pit lane to top off their fuel tanks. This pack of trucks being led by the 77. All getting single file. So it's only a matter of time before this group of drivers hits pit road. Stage 1 ending at the completion of lap 35. Ken McCullough in the 03 going to go a lap down. So that impact and sideways action that the 03 went through going to hurt his chances at the stage here. Jeff Crosby Sr. about ready to go a lap down as well. David Booth in the 77 continues to lead. Booth last on pit road on lap 17. Well, he is right there at the limit. If he has been able to save some fuel, he might be able to stretch it to the end, and this group of drivers is in fuel saving mode. David Booth's best lap is a 51.05. Last time around, he turned a 53.07. As long as no one else is trying to pick up the pace, he will be more than happy to continue turning 53-second lap times. Meanwhile, the 88 of Gabe Butler and the 19 of Zach Workman, they are turning 51.6, 51.7. So they are hauling the mail trying to catch up to this group. They do find themselves 25 seconds behind the race lead. And that gap is closing quickly. As long as these guys stay single file, David Booth more than happy to turn some 53-second lap times. That helps him on the fuel consumption. They come around to complete lap 31. Top four trucks have pulled away. Les Levy in the 62, and Peter DeBorgia in the 40. Falling back just a little bit. Booth in the 77 working his way around Jeff Crosby Sr. and the 3 of Alex Green. The Sr. now the first truck 1 lap down on pit road. This is the 7 of Josh Milam. And Milam going to go a lap down as well. Sean Stevens in the 27 does take the race lead away from the 77 of David Booth. Milam serving a 40-second speeding penalty, as he had just come down to top off the fuel tank, and while he was doing that, got popped for speeding. Now the 11 of Bob Lacavera and the 53 of Dave Hunt, they have pushed ahead. So these drivers now starting to say, hey, I got enough fuel to make it to the end. I'm going to hit the gas. Well, they're going to come down pit road. Bob Lacavera in the 11 going to try and stay out and win this stage. He has the 3 of Alex Green on his back bumper. Alex Green multiple laps down right now. First truck 1 lap down, that is Jeff Crosby Sr. in the 15 Sunoco. Peter DeBorgia in the 40 now finds himself in second place. Les Levy down on the inside as well. Alex Green jumps up to the high side. The 46 of David Overstreet makes a move into the 3rd lane. He's got a good run going, but that might fizzle out through the corner here as Alex Green in the 3 drops down to the inside, and Alex Green doesn't want to lose another lap. He is still trying to dig himself out of this uphill battle he is in. And here they come around to start the final lap in stage number 1. As Bob Lacavera in the 11 is your race leader. Richard Sanchez and Peter DeBorgia into pit road. Here at the last second, they were unable to make it. Can Bob Lacavera hold on to it, or will David Overstreet, who now tries the high side once again, be able to win this stage? Lacavera in the 11. I think he's out of fuel. He drops down to the inside. David Overstreet takes the race lead. Les Levy now in second. Sebastian Marin in the 23 in third. Here they come off of turn number 4 for the stage, and David Overstreet says no thank you. Sebastian Marin in the 23 with Jim Mayer on his back bumper. They're going to finish 1 and 2 in the stage. Zach Fritsch coasting across the line. Lynn McNeese in the 84 and 4th. 5th place, Ernie Williams. And then the rest of the field, these were the drivers who hit pit road. Gabe Butler, Zach Workman, Jeff Crosby Jr., Tyler Miller, and J.D. Crow, with Shane Posey rounding out your top 10. And now it's a question of whether or not the 23 can get to pit lane under his own power. Sebastian Marin does not hit pit road. He is trying to limp it there. Jim Mayer says, I got plenty of fuel. I can keep pace. Sebastian Marin very, very slow. Sebastian Marin in the 23 is out of fuel. Sounds like it has refired, but he has fallen all the way behind Crosby Jr., Tyler Miller, Zach Workman. As they are trying to catch up to the pace car. One of the rules in OP racing is you do have to have enough fuel to make it to your pit stall under your own power. Zach Fritsch, who did cross in the top 5, did hit pit road early, so that will be struck from the record. Zach Workman, Tyler Miller, and Jeff Crosby all hitting pit road under their own power, and behind the pace car, Gabe Butler, J.D. Crow, Shane Posey, Nathan Warren, Cody Nagels. And the first driver to cross the start-finish line for the stage 1 is Sebastian Marin. He is out of fuel and crawling. So I believe this stage win will go to the 19 of Zach Workman. Let's go ahead and pretend that he is anyways. Zach, you got your ears on, bud?
I do.
All right, Zach, a little bit of confusion because I don't have race control to lean on, but I always go off of the first driver to hit pit road after a stage, and that was you.
Yeah, we hit it on the right lap and everyone else ran out.
All right, so does that make you the stage 1 winner? Has it been announced anywhere?
It's kind of confusing. I don't know. I think the 88 was ahead, but I don't know if he ran out of fuel. But I guess we'll see, you know.
I don't know, but I'm going to interview somebody.
Okay, I guess it'll be me.
All right, man. Well, tell us a little bit about your race so far out there tonight.
Well, we avoided 2 wrecks somehow. Got pretty lucky with the first one, and just saw that we were a couple laps short. We pitted on 22. We knew how much fuel we'll have if we were leading, and got that. So yeah, it's been kind of exciting race, but we'll take the stage win so far.
All right, Zach. Well, nice job out there. You win the opening race of the season. That doesn't necessarily mean you're on cruise control, but it does relieve some pressure from you. And now another stage win and another solid shot at winning the race here at Talladega.
Yeah, we'll take that, and hopefully we stay out front, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you in the rest of the race. That is Zach Workman, your unofficial, maybe not really true, but who cares, because we had to interview somebody. Zach Workman in the 19. He's going to hit pit road once again and give up the race lead to the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Now, I was told that I had to do this, and I'm not 100% sure why, but somebody told me I had to. This is none other than the infamous or the famous, or the he's so famous he's infamous, Zach Fritchie. What are you doing, Fritchie?
He told me I had to do this.
Well, someone told me I had to do it, so I'm doing it.
It must have been old Zach Workman.
It was not Zach Workman.
Well, everything is going all right until I got a lap down.
Yeah? A lap down?
Yeah, I got a lap down for passing the pace car.
We shouldn't have done that.
I know, I try.
Well, what happened to you there at the end of the stage? It looked like you were out of fuel.
Yeah, this is exactly what had happened. I ran out of fuel right out of turn 2.
Well, that'll happen from time to time. All right, so why am I supposed to interview you at some point during this race?
I know, I guess I made a bet and I lost the bet, so now I gotta talk like this.
What was the bet?
Maybe the stage win there.
All right.
So I tried my best trying to get the stage win, as you can tell, until I ran out of fuel.
And now you gotta talk like this, and only for this interview?
I don't know yet. Hopefully I don't get a podium.
All right, well, good news for you is I'm leaving you in this channel, and you're gonna have to talk like that the rest of the race.
I think I gotta go get me another beer. I'll be right back.
All right, Zach Fritchie, that is the driver of the 12 losing a bet, having to talk like that. I'm not 100% sure what that was, but that was Zach Fritch in the 12 after losing a bet. Man Outdoors responds with LOL, Zach. It's almost like Man Outdoors could be Mark Mann, who was in on the betting action. Here we go, getting ready to fire him off with once again the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. in the restart zone. Green flag is out. We are underway once again. Side by side in the turns 1 and 2. The 33 of Jeff Crosby down on the bottom. The 83 of Shane Posey to the outside. Posey in the 83 got a good run of momentum off of turn number 2. He clears the 33 of Crosby and looks to drop down to the inside, but not quite yet. Now he makes it as he heads off into 3 and 4. So Shane Posey in the 83 out in front. Oh, Dave Hunt sideways to 53, hard impact. Smacks the wall and the yellow flag comes out. David Booth involved. Jeff Crosby Sr. involved. Jimmy Reynolds, Les Levy, and all that happening with the 53 of Dave Hunt through the tri-oval. The yellow flag is out. As everyone tried to squeeze by the slow 53, 4 trucks come together to make a sandwich out of each other. Oh my. And that has torn up a lot of good race trucks. Let's take a look and see if we can figure out what happened to the 53 of Dave Hunt. Looks like just getting crossed up with the 3 of Alex Green on his back bumper. Now I will say that caution flag was a little late coming out because the 53 was still going straight, but everyone started scrambling to try and give him room to crash. So a lot of torn up race trucks. On board with the 62 of Les Levy. See the 53 smack the wall and everyone just starts going every which way. As it was kind of a delayed yellow. Crosby Sr. upside down with his wheels to Jesus. Not a good look. .44 of Anthony English scored as the race leader right now. English came down pit road but did not hit his pit stall. Travis Elliott, Mark Mann, Richard Kuhn out of the race. Richard Kuhn now joining Mark Mann and Travis Elliott. Richard Kuhn actually dropped out on lap 24, so I've not been doing a good job at housekeeping. Eric Laurie has been sitting on pit road for the last 33 minutes. He is still sitting on pit road in that 071. We just saw Jeff Crosby Sr. with his wheels to Jesus. Les Levy with a blown engine and David Booth in the 77 with a blown engine. They have made it to their pit stalls as the 44 heads for pit lane from the race lead. That gives the lead back to the 83 of Shane Posey. Gonna stack them up 2 by 2, side by side. The ants gonna march 2 by 2. Hurrah, hurrah. Shane Posey in the 83 down on the inside of row number 1. Tyler Miller in the 24 to the outside of row number 1. Your unofficial unknown, could have possibly, not sure, but sort of maybe kind of did. Stage number 1 winner. That's the 19 of Zach Workman to the inside of row number 2. And on his outside, well, believe that is Andrew Schroeder in the 48. I've not talked a whole lot about Andrew Schroeder. That 48 can be sneaky from time to time. New York Jets paint scheme. Let's just say he makes bad life choices. That's okay. Nobody's perfect. The 42 of Nathan Warren on the inside of row number 3. Well, and to his outside is one Cody Nagels, who has been fighting his way back to the front of this field since the first round of pit stops. That 6 had some speed, had a good starting spot. I believe he started row number 2. And then cautions and pit stops have just not played to his favor. And ever since the first caution in the first round of pit stops, that 6 has not been this close to the front since. Pace car down and away. Shane Posey in the 83, leading this field to the green flag. And here we go. back underway for the Levy Designs Dega baby, presented by Les Levy. Working lap 44 of 70. Drivers will have to make another pit stop to get to the end of the race. So now you have to jockey for position. Try and get as far ahead as you think you can for that pit stop. David Booth in the 77, still sitting on pit road. Jeff Crosby Sr. in the 15 has rejoined the race, but he is not on the lead lap anymore. We'll see if that changes or he can get back into this. But with 26 laps to go on the race, time is running out for the 15. The first car 1 lap down. That is the 12 of Zach Fridge. Big trouble on the backstretch. Once again, several trucks up in smoke. One of those being the 12 of Zach Fridge. Tyler Miller goes for a spin. Contact with the 12 and the 95. Zach Fritz just coming to a stop to protect his car, but it's hard to tell sometimes what happens. Tyler Miller in the 24 gets a shot from Schroeder. The 42 and Nathan Warren involved. Get a good look at it here. Gabe Butler in the 88 up in smoke. On board with Gabe Butler in that 88. Heavy contact with Schroeder. Truck starts billowing smoke out the back end. So on to pit road they come. Shane Posey from the race lead with 25 laps to go. Everyone going to hit pit road here and still be 1 pit stop away from making it to the end of the race. Shane Posey down and away. Will he win the race off of pit road? Zach Workman in the 19 gave him a good run for his money, but Shane Posey able to hold on to the race lead. Take one more look at this incident. This is on board with Alex Green, who has managed to get back on the lead lap. And man, did Alex Green pick his way through that one. Lights should go out on the pace car this time around. We'll fire them off once again. Shane Posey in the 83, Zach Workman in the 19 on the front row for this restart. Then it's the 6 of Cody Nagels and the 7 of Josh Milam in row number 2. Row 3 will be the 53 of Dave Hunt and the 11 of Bob Lacavera. Pace car down and away. Zach Workman on the inside for this restart. Shane Posey on the outside. Gonna have 22 laps to go when the green flag drops. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, green flag is in the air. Shane Posey in the 83 gets a spectacular start over the 19 of Zach Workman. Josh Milam really putting the beans to the back bumper. Posey drops down to the inside. Milam hadn't quite cleared the 19, and Shane Posey says thank you very much for that, and Josh Milam starts falling back just a little bit as the 6 of Cody Nagels really made a good move to the outside down the back stretch. Now with 22 laps to go, fuel strategy is all over the place because we will see guys come down pit road here in about 5 to 7 laps when that fuel window opens for the first time. And I'll tell you what, they could carry that fuel run deep into this race and see what happens with a caution. But I think you have to play the caution here the way this race has been going. We've had quite a few of them. So if I'm a crew chief, I'm sitting on top, I'm going to roll the dice and I'm saying, hey, we're going to run this thing dry because I believe there's going to be a caution. Cody Nagels in the 6, back out in front since the first time he led this race very early in the night. So the 6 out in front, trying to keep the 83 tucked in tight behind him. Sebastian Marin in the 23 and the 33, and Jeff Crosby Jr. working that third lane. They have got some momentum. They are charging hard to the front. Fastest lap of the race going to the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. using that third lane. So they are on the throttle. They are pushing hard. We go on the board with the driver in the 33. As he pushes that Nexus Esports 23 of Sebastian Marin. Cody Nagels, your race leader, holding on to that top spot. 19 laps to go here in the Grand National Series as the Levy Designs Dega baby at Talladega, our third and final race here in the opening stint for the trucks. Next week they will go to the B-Class Xfinity cars. I will not be here next week, so unfortunately y'all will have to try and catch the racing action through all the Twitch streams that are available. I know Peter DeBorgia does a stream, Mixmaster PJ on Twitch. I know there's a couple more of them. I can't remember them off the top of my head. Zach Fritchie does one. That's at Fritchie, I say it's like Fritchie TV. Not 100% sure, but Zach Fritch does do a stream. Alex Green does a stream. David Booth, I believe, does one. It's either David Booth or David Overstreet. So there will be streams available. You just gotta go find them. But Turn 3 Racing Network will be off next Wednesday as OP Grand National Series continues. Don't forget, we are kicking off our Monday series for OP Premiere August 1st. Make sure you tune in for that. That is going to be an outstanding season. It's Josh Milam in the 7. Takes over the race lead with 17 laps to go. Sebastian Marin in the 23. Pushing on his back bumper. Spent quite a bit of time at the front of the field here, but that's where a lot of the racing action has been. But I do want to point out that the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr., even though at one point his wheels were pointed to the sky and he was not on the lead lap, he does find himself back on the lead lap. He's the last car on the lead lap, but he is still chugging along as strong as he can. Eric Laurie in the 071 has rejoined the race. But he is multiple laps down, scored in 33rd spot. In fact, he is working lap 28 of his race, where the rest of the field is working lap 55. So Eric Laurie, quite a few laps down, but he is still chugging along. David Booth in the 77 out of the race. Andrew Schroeder in the 48 out of the race. And the 88 of Gabe Butler has also pulled his scorecard. Nathan Warren in the 42 out on the speedway. He is currently scored in 29th place. And Nathan Warren is the first truck not on the lead lap. But he is working lap 48 while the rest of the field works lap 56. So Jeff Crosby Sr. in 28th spot is the last car on the lead lap. We are 3 wide once again with J.D. Crow and the 03 of Ken McCullough, who has not been without his share of issues. And here they come for pit road. Zach Workman in the 19 leads a large group of drivers on the pit lane. They are still 3 wide at the front of the field. And now with 14 laps to go, that fuel window is well and truly open. Josh Milam in the 7. He's going to head for pit road. It looks like almost everyone else coming down, but JD Crow stays out. JD Crow did not come down pit lane. Bob Lacavera and Ken McCullough, the final 3 trucks to not hit pit road. Not sure how this is going to work out for these 3 trucks, but we will find out, I guarantee it. These 3 trucks are going to hit pit lane. Josh Milam in the 7, Sebastian Marin in the 23 are leading our drivers who have hit pit road. And he is going to make quick work of JD Crow, Ken McCullough, and Bob Lacavera as they have just made their way off of pit lane. So Josh Milam in the 7, your race leader. Zach Workman in the 19, trying to make a move to the outside to take over the top spot, and he is going to get it done. To Workman and Crosby Jr. Now 1 and 2. Dave Hunt in the 53 right there. On the high side now with the 78 of Donald Stewart. Have not talked a whole lot about the 78 of Donald Stewart. But anytime that 78 of Donald Stewart shows up, better believe you're going to have to fight him for a top 5, if not the race win. Here he is, finding himself just on the outside looking in for a top 5 finish with 11 laps to go. Staying right here because this is where the action is for the moment. These guys are starting to get very hot and heavy. To Milam, your race leader, fastest lap of the race, going to Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91. Last time around, he turned a 50.01. And the caution flag going to come out. Give me just a second to see where this was, because it was in front of Ernie. I believe it is going to be involving our race leaders. The 7 of Josh Milam, the 23 of Sebastian Marin. On the high side, contact made. Cody Nagel's gonna pancake the door on the driver's side. Les Levy, Daniel Holloway, they all getting involved. Take a look at it here. quite a few trucks smacking into each other in the closing stages of this race. And that is going to give the race lead to the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. All right, Mark Mann says interview Les Levy. Let's see, the 62 of Les Levy hitting pit road. Les Levy, this is KR up in the broadcast booth. You got your ears on, bud?
You, sir, Carrier. How are you?
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm doing just fine, but that 62 looking like it's seen better days.
Yeah, we had it cleaned up pretty good, KR. We got that lucky dog, got back up the lead lap, running towards the front, and got killed again.
Man, I'll tell you what, those mountains of Levy have had a very much up and down kind of day, like you just said there. But man, that 62 has been fast. What's your situation right now?
Well, we're gonna have to get some of this optional fix to just try to limp it back towards the end. Night's pretty much done, though.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Les, that 62, always a pleasure to watch. What's the inspiration for your paint job here tonight?
Oh, you know, a little bit of a Harvick fan, have a little fun with the name. You know, it's a hard name to pronounce. Not everybody even spells it right sometimes.
I wonder who does that.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, some people from the South, I guess.
South, Midwest.
Yeah, wherever they do.
Well, Les, any shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give? Because I was told to interview you, so I'm going to interview you because I don't get to talk to you enough.
There you go, Kerry. Well, you got to thank all the guys involved in running the league. You got to thank, you know, all the drivers, even the ones that you get mad at. And, of course, KR, all you guys up in the booth.
All right, that is the 62 of Les Levy from Checkered Flag Motorsports. Thank you very much, Les, for taking the time to talk to us.
Yeah, 10-4, KR. You be safe.
All right, that is Les Levy. You can hear a little bit of disappointment in his voice, but I'll tell you what, he still sounds pretty happy to me. All right, here we go. Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33 on the outside of row number 1. The 19 of Zach Workman on the inside. Then it's the 53 of Dave Hunt and the 23 of Sebastian Marin. 78 of Donald Stewart and the 4 of Rick Seabrands. Pace car down and away. Here we go. Zach Workman, Jeff Crosby Jr. They make their way through the tri-oval. Green flag is out, and away we go once again. Side by side with 6 laps to go. Zach Workman in the 19. Down on the bottom, Jeff Crosby in the 33 on the outside. Sebastian Marin giving him a good shove down the backstretch. Our third lane starting to open up. Zach Fritsch makes a slicing move to the outside right in front of the 4 Rick Seabrands. It looks like it killed a little bit of momentum for that outside lane, but they are starting to gain it back as Fritchie timed that just perfectly. And now we have 3 wide racing action for the race lead, because here comes Zach Fritsch on the outside. Talladega with the room for 3 wide action all the way around. Workman down on the bottom, Crosby in the middle, Fritsch on the outside. Third lane falling back just a little bit on that. Oh, trouble from the 12 as he got a shot from the 4 he did not like. That kills the momentum for the third lane. Gonna get 4 laps to go as this time around as they make their way onto the front stretch. Zach Workman and the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. battling it out. The 33 has the advantage for the moment as they make their way through the tri-oval. Now 4 laps to go. Throw down your dollars here, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm willing to bet that this one does not finish under its normal race distance. I have a feeling we're going to go into extra laps as the 19 of Zach Workman now finds himself out in front, but here comes the 33 down the back stretch. Oh my goodness. Is that Richard Sanchez in the 510? Haven't said a single thing about the 510 other than calling him out on the grid for the starting lineup. And here he is trying to take over the race lead. Sanchez in the third lane. He's got some big names behind him. Jim Mayer in the 95 and the 23 is Sebastian Marin. That group falls back just a little bit through turns 1 and 2. Now 3 laps to go. Can this group hold it together to the end of this race? "21 trucks on the lead lap." Les Levy in the 62 scored in 21st spot. Ernie Williams on pit road. Everyone else trying to finish this race out, but heavily damaged or not on the lead lap. Now 2 laps to go. One more time around. If we can get to the white flag, this thing will not go into extra laps, and I will be proven wrong once again. But man, if you are not cheering hard for the 510 of Richard Sanchez, who looks like he could pick up his first win on Wednesday night this season. Jeff Crosby Jr., a champion. Zach Workman, a champion in OP Racing. But can Sanchez take it to former champions? Sanchez on the outside, digging hard. Here they come to try and get to the white flag. 3 wide racing action through the tri-oval. Final lap, final time around. They are going to do this one without extra laps. Who is it going to be as it comes down to it? Workman has the advantage down on the inside through the corner. But as he comes up off the corner, those outside lanes are really going to start putting the screws to it. Jeff Crosby in the 33 pulls ahead. Workman now down on the inside through 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4, here they come. Zach Workman in the 19 has the advantage. Can he hold on to it? Side by side, the 33 of Crosby starts to pull ahead. But here comes trouble. Sanchez involved, and at the line, it is going to be Zach Workman in the 19. Let's take another look at that one. As they were coming to the checkered flag, Sanchez in the 510 had a good run through the trioval, but crash is happening and he gets airborne. And it looked like Zach Workman comes away with the second win of the season. As everyone died to try to finish this race. The 19 makes his way around. He's going to start burning it down. Dave Hunt going to join him. Sebastian Marin as well. Let's go through our race results while they celebrate their victories. Zach Workman, Jeff Crosby, Dave Hunt, your top 3. Then Sebastian Marin, Peter DeBorges, Shane Posey, JD Crow, James Mayer, Richard Sanchez in 9th, and Rick Seabrands rounds out the top 10. Donald Stewart 11th, 12th goes to Ken McCullough, Sean Stevens 13th, Bob Lacavera 14th, 15th place goes to Anthony English, Alex Green 16th, 17th Jimmy Reynolds, Lynn McNeese in 18th spot. 19th Zach Fritsch, Andy Brigante, Les Levy, Tyler Miller, David Overstreet 23rd, 24th Jeff Crosby Sr., Ernie Williams Jr. 25th, 26th Josh Milam, Cody Nagels, Daniel Holloway 27th and 28th, Nathan Warren, Andrew Schroeder, Gabe Butler, Eric Laurie, David Booth, Richard Kuhn, Mark Mann, and Travis Elliott rounding out this field here tonight. But now, let's get right into our post-race interviews and talk to our race winner, who makes it 2 in the first 3 races. That is none other than the driver of the 19. That is Zach Workman. Zach, you got your ears on, bud?
I do.
Man, this 19 brings it home with a solid race win, but you had to hold off a hard charging Jeff Crosby Jr. and the 510 of Sanchez.
Yeah, up there, I saw it was me and Jeff working the same team speak. Become a friend over the year that I've met him in this league, so I was good with him outside. I wasn't going to block him. I was just going to stay where I was. If he got the win, that's good. If I got a podium, that was even better. But I really wanted Jeff to get the win, personally. I know it's been a long time for Jeff, and he's been so close so many times, but I got to give the thanks to Dave Hunt. He did a hell of a job pushing me on that bottom. Stuck with me and gave me the push to the win. So, I mean, I think 50% of this win goes to Dave Hunt, too.
Well, there you go. Good news is he still hit the podium.
Yeah, just I definitely own one after that push, and that was a great job by him. Great job.
Well, Zach, the 19 picks up its second win in 3 races this season. An outstanding start to your season. When is someone going to claim you are cheating?
I mean, I don't know. They can look under my hood and post-race inspection, but I guess yellow is fast, so I don't know if that's the secret and now everyone's gonna have yellow trucks, but yellow is fast.
I do have a yellow truck. My daily driver looks good.
See, you're fast too. Come on down, KR.
All right, man. Any shout outs or thank yous that you absolutely have to give for this race win?
I got to thank my teammates, Jeff Crosby, Nate Warren, Tyler Miller, Zach Fritsch, Peter DeBora, and Jeff Sr. all race with us. I love racing with those guys on Wednesday. It's a fun group. I got to thank Racing Bros Podcast. That's my podcast. We're jumping on board on our Wednesday schedule. That's why the truck's yellow. Makes it pop up. Check out wherever you get podcasts. And I got to thank the support from my girlfriend. She lets me do this. And my parents, you know, they watch every single one of these I do. I call them after every race and tell them what happened and how mad I am and stuff. But this is going to be a happy call. And then thank you, KR, and the guys at Turn 3 for putting on the show. Like, we wouldn't do it without you. And all the fans that watch, I mean, they make it worth it, seeing all the comments and the views and everyone there. Pretty nice. So, gotta thank all you guys.
All right, that is Zach Workman, your race winner. Nice job, Zach. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now let's move on to our second place finisher. That is none other than the driver of the 33. That is Jeff Crosby Jr. Jeff Crosby Jr., how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. It's been a while since I've talked to you in the booth.
It has been a hot minute. That 33 Skull Bandit sporting what I think is a new paint scheme. I'm not 100% sure. I don't feel like I've seen it before.
No, you haven't seen this one. Peter actually created a lot of paint schemes last season based off of just different race teams. And this is actually a Fritchie paint scheme. Got the Budweiser kind of feel to it, but the skull as well. So hopefully you liked it.
I did enjoy it. I think a race car needs carbon fiber on it, and this one's got one.
Yes, it does. Peter does a really great job at creating our paint schemes. So hopefully, I'm really hoping he creates a cherry paint scheme, like the car that you like for the trucks.
I got you. Well, we'll find out sooner or later. But man, I'll tell you what, this 33 was very fast all night long. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, just want to stay up front here at Dega. It's really important to stay up front and kind of just have clean pit stops. And we did that. Got caught in a wreck there while we were running second on the inside line, but used a quick repair. And me and Seabass had a heck of a run on the outside there on the third lane, and we just got back up to the front and got lucky. I definitely owe Seabass a lot there. He tried to give me a push for the win, just couldn't do it. I see that as 6/1000ths of a second, which is like 2 inches. So all in all, I'm glad that Workman got the win. That's 2 wins already in 3 races, so it's coming. We'll get another win. I know I haven't won a race since like October, and I think it was the last race that you broadcasted. So we'll see. It's gonna happen eventually.
Well, man, this 33, anytime it shows up at the track, finds a way to the front of the field. You end up in second place here on this one, but season's still young. Do you have any tracks circled this year for getting that race win and punching your ticket into the postseason?
We're going to look at next week. I've won at Dega. I've won at the 08 Bumpy. We're going to try to win at the actual new Daytona. Definitely my goal for the season. Honestly, just trying to get the best finishes possible. Hopefully just work with teammates and we'll see what happens. I know I've been leading a lot of stage points here, and I don't know, man. It's going to come.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you in the rest of the season. Great, solid effort. Anyone else you need to give a shout out to?
Yeah, for sure. Any family, friends that are watching. I know it's late. It's 10:50 p.m. where I'm at. So definitely want to give a shout out to everybody in my team chat tonight. I know my dad was in there, Peter, Fritch, Tyler Miller, Nate Warren, Workman, especially with the win there. Definitely want to give a shout out to you here at Turn 3. appreciate you jumping on board for Wednesdays as well. It's pretty cool. So hopefully we can get a win here, and we'll talk to you again soon.
That is Jeff Crosby Jr. Don't confuse him with Senior. But man, I'll tell you what, that 33 and the 15, always a pleasure to call races when they get to work together. But Junior ending up in second place here tonight. But now let's move on to the driver who finishes in the third step of the podium, and that is none other than the 53, the Embry Riddle of Dave Hunt. Dave, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, KR. How about you?
Man, I'll tell you what, if I was any better, I'd be you.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it? I bet that was fun to watch and announce her.
Holy crap, Dave. I couldn't count how many times you got involved in a crash. How did you still end up in third?
He got me. I don't know. Seems like every time I got towards the front, I got wrecked. And I was thinking that was going to happen towards the end there, but I said, man, I'm just going to push with all of my might. And that's what I did. I pushed and pushed. Coming out of turn 4 there, man, I was red. I was going to blow up, but made it to the finish line.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was exciting to watch you all night long. Man, I don't know how you still found a way to end up in third. That is absolutely an outstanding drive for this 53.
Yeah, it feels pretty good to finally get up here on the podium. It's been too long. So, yeah, I'm happy.
All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what, this 53, third race in, a third place on the podium here tonight. What are we looking like for next week?
Oh, I'm just going to hopefully get some of my Buck Wild teammates up here, up to the finish, and we'll see what we can do. I'd like to do a 1, 2, 3 Buck Wild finish.
Oh, I always love it when the Bucks go wild.
Yeah.
Well, man, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight. Shout outs, thank yous.
Yeah, all the fans out there watching, family and my friends that watch, the OP and the league here and everybody that puts this on. You up there in the booth announcing this, and my sponsor, Embry Riddle, Aeronautical University. Thanks so much.
All right, that is Dave Hunt in the 53. Once again, Dave, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That is going to do it for our post-race show here tonight. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me. Hope you all enjoyed the show. If you haven't done so yet, let the drivers know that you did by giving them a thumbs up or shouting them out in YouTube chat. So until, not next Wednesday, but two Wednesdays from now, I hope you all stay safe. I'll be on vacation far, far away from my computer because that's where I need to be. So thank you all very much for joining me here tonight. And I look forward to seeing you all once again when we fire it back up. So until then, y'all stay safe. Have a good night.